This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of TURCHI versus Pearson. You all have been together for a year and a half. Ms. TURCHI, why have you brought your boyfriend to court today?
I'm here because I think he has been cheating on me with the girl in the apartment that lives directly underneath me downstairs. I've invested over a year with you, so I need to know, because I'm too fine for this.
She says she's too fine for this. Okay.
All right. Sounds like you've got a lot of concerns. What's at stake here? I mean, if you find out he's cheating, then what?
Your Honor, I just need to know, because if he is cheating, I need to know so I can leave now, because I got a lot of other guys, a lot of other neighbors that want me. It's not just you, boo.
Guess it's good to have options, huh?
She got options. She sounds like she got options.
Yes,
All right.
Your Honor.
Mr. Pearson, I mean, she says she's got options. So if you're cheating on her, are you cheating on her?
Of course not, Your Honor. If she can get past the insecurities, we wouldn't argue. We wouldn't argue about anything.
How do you feel about Miss TURCHI? Okay, aside from the lust,
yeah,
the very obvious lust.
What do you mean?
Okay, you see how I feel like I ought to give you a knife and a fork the way you looking at her.
Ready to eat her up, huh?
He is ready to bounce. I'm like, wow.
So you want this relationship to work?
Of course, of course.
How did you guys meet?
Basically, we met at a mailbox. We both live in the same apartment community. So I'm out there getting my mail. I had just worked out. And this guy comes up, just a normal guy trying to holler again. I'm like, oh God, what does he want, I stepped back for a second. I was like, and then I seen his car, and I was like, let me give him a chance.
Okay, what kind of car does he have that make you say, let me give you a chance?
A Corvette.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you looked at him, and it was like, nah, but then you saw the car, and that's what sealed the deal?
That's not gonna seal the deal, but it's like, oh, he got some swag,
Ah, Cutler, swag.
All right, so when you first saw her, what did you think?
I'm new to the area, so, I went to go check my mailbox, and I seen her, so I'm like, ooh, who's this little baddie with a fatty? You feel me? So I had to close out fast. Once we went separate ways, when we pulled up to park, we noticed that she lives above me.
Oh, so you are at a mailbox down the street, and then you all realize y'all live right there together.
Right.
Yes.
Well, before the first date, I felt like I had to stand out. So I had left some flowers at her door.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I kept being persistent. You know what I mean? I would text her, call her. If she needed anything done, I would do anything to just get in her face. 2 weeks later, after the first meeting, we went out to eat. Just had good conversation, good chemistry, and we went from there.
All right, so Ms. TURCHI, did you feel that he was putting on the full court press?
He had that swag. He was cool. He was nice. He didn't seem like, a jerk. Very well-mannered, would open my door, the car door, just very respectful. So that stood out, You
eventually said, yes, I'll go out with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because it started out, she liked his car.
Yeah.
But he kept pushing. He kept pushing.
Whenever I got in.
Kept pushing. And she fell for him. See how that works?
Well, I know how that works.
Okay.
If you remember, you were just a friend.
Yeah. And I kept pushing.
Well, yeah, you did, because I was going out with the guy, and he's like, I don't want you to do that no more.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
All right.
okay.
All right, so give it up for the persistent brothers. There you go. All right.
So, this sounds really perfect. He's your neighbor, nice-looking gentleman, nice vehicle. Mm-hmm. He's got the full court press. He's respectful. Why in the world are you here today?
I'm here, Your Honor, because he lives right underneath me. So I ring on the bell. This woman answers, and she's like, can I help you? I go, is Jarmel here? And she's like, he's not here right now. And she didn't retaliate or question me or cry. She didn't really have too much of a reaction. But I just looked at her, and I was like, I pointed at my car, and I pointed upstairs, and I go, but who's gonna bring my stuff upstairs? My groceries. And she kind of just looked at me. She didn't even have a reaction, that's my man, what are you doing here? Nothing. So she was so basic.
All right, so, Ms. TURCHI, you confront this woman. You ask her.
I didn't assume, because I'm bad. She's not. So it didn't even cross my mind that this could be a woman that he's, involved with. I really thought it was a housekeeper or something.
All right.
So, Mr. Pearson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your girlfriend knocks on the door and finds you're living with another woman. How does that happen?
Your Honor, this was a friend from the past. Okay, she was down on her luck. She came to me last minute asking me if she can stay with me. We had just started talking when she was down on her luck and came to my house. She's being paranoid right now.
And is she still living with you?
No.
Okay, so when she was living with you, were you ever sexually active with her?
I'm trying to figure out why you didn't tell your girlfriend, I've got another woman
I didn't tell her because it was last minute, and I didn't know how long she was gonna stay, so I didn't think it would matter. I thought it was be a quick turnaround, like maybe 90 days. How long does it take you to get on your feet?
90 days?
It doesn't take that long to get on your feet.
So you weren't gonna, if your girlfriend had not knocked on the door, your friend would have stayed there for 3 months without you telling your girlfriend?
I mean, ain't that a probationary period? Like, that's like 90 days. Like, you can get on your feet in 90 days.
No. Let me answer your question. No.
That's
a no.
You'll be on a probationary period, all right.
If that's the case, Mr. Cutler's been on probation for 38 years. Because that would be a no. A no. You can't have a woman living with you and you not say something.
This is where I had my ultimatum. So one night, we were supposed to go to the movies, and like he just started like, not answering. He was supposed to be at my house. Now it's to the point where it's like past 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, and you're still not here. How are we supposed to do the movies? He stood me up. So now he's starting to act suspicious all over again.
Did you stand Miss TURCHI up?
First date, I did clarify to her that I'm a real estate investor, and my schedule is hectic. On that night, we talked about the movies, but we didn't actually plan it.
Oh my God.
You understand? So that night I was with a client.
And I get that, but you all had a movie picked out, right? You had a movie picked out, right?
There's no romance without finance.
You had a movie picked out, right?
Yes, we did. And at this point, Jarmel knows my biggest pet peeve, I hate this, is getting ready and then the guy just doesn't show up. That's my #1 thing that I hate, and he just, whatever. So anyways.
Wait. Okay. So let me ask you something. So you believe that he wasn't closing a real estate deal. You believe he was closing some other kind of deal.
Yes.
All right, Miss TURCHI, do you have anything else?
Yes. I had a formal event I had to attend at a mansion in Miami. I had told Jarmel about it weeks prior. It was very, very important to me. He knew it was very important to me. I had planned for this. We had an RSVP, wear special attire, get a limo. Like, it just was a very formal event. So, like, it's like 6 o'clock. He's like, yeah, I'm on my way. 8 o'clock comes, he's nowhere to be found. So you're just gonna stand me up? I paid for my hair and my makeup. I had to buy a ticket not only for me and him. I had to,
What was the cost of those tickets?
They were $600 for both.
Wow. I mean, it's one thing a movie, but $600 worth of tickets?
So where were you, Mr. Pearson?
Your Honor, that day, my day started very early at 5 a.m. I had to run I ran a whole bunch of errands. I hit the gym. So I called her and told her I'm gonna go home and take a cat nap. Unfortunately, when I got home, I took a cat nap. When I woke up, it was 5 o'clock in the morning.
So you went home to take a cat nap,
yeah.
And now you find yourself in the doghouse.
In the doghouse. Just wake up and you're already in it.
You slept through the party.
I slept through it.
Finesse her. Oh, I fell asleep. I took a nap.
But
Come on.
Ms. TURCHI, you live upstairs from him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you didn't go downstairs and knock on the door?
I went downstairs, I knocked on the door, rang the video doorbell, and nothing.
My car was outside. So
I knew he was there.
I was asleep.
So you knew he was there?
Yes.
You just think he was there with another woman?
Yes.
My car was outside.
So I knew he was there.
I was asleep. I was probably tired.
How was you not here? Somebody knock pounding at your door?
I'm tired.
So you, wait. You actually saw his car parked in the driveway?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you knew he was there?
Yes.
You just think he was there with another woman?
Yes. Because why else would you not answer the door?
Well, he was asleep.
All right.
Please, he heard it.
And you've opened your case today because you're suing to recoup the money that you put out for those tickets.
Correct. I think he should pay for both of our tickets because he made me get ready.
That's absurd.
Did you go to the party?
I went to the party. I had to get my hair, our outfits had to coordinate with each other. I had to spend money on my wardrobe, my makeup.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How much are you asking this court to award you?
I'm asking him for $1,600 to reimburse.
All right, so I know $600 for the tickets. What is the other $1,000 cover?
I had to do my Botox and my lips, and that combined was another $1,000.
Botox and lips.
Your Honor, she's gonna do that regardless. That's crazy, Your Honor.
He's always
I won't
telling
charge
me
her for a haircut. I would never charge her for a haircut or a car wash.
He's always telling me
That's
you
crazy. She wanted to do that regardless. She wanted to do that regardless. That has nothing to do with
You
our
told
dinner
me
date.
you wanted me to get my lips done. You said they were looking a little deflated anyways.
Mr. Pearson, did you commit to go to this party?
I did commit.
Okay. Ms. Turchi, what do you hope for this relationship?
I hope that he is not cheating. Like, maybe he did a little bit in the beginning when we first met, that's fine. But once we established a relationship and I gave you an ultimatum and you actually evicted the girl, like, there is no reason to cheat after that. You got all this. Why would you mess that up?
Well, there it is.
Well, to get to the truth, the court has retained the services of licensed private investigator and polygraph examiner, Kendall Scholl. Ron, would you please show Mr. Scholl into the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Scholl, how are you?
Good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Good to see you, Mr. Scholl.
Good to see you, Your Honor.
Ms. Turchi has some concerns about her boyfriend. Now, you performed an investigation in this case, is that right?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
So what did your investigation in this case entail?
Our investigation entailed a female associate who went undercover posing as a litigant, coming to court because she too was being accused of cheating. Her assignment was to find out if Mr. Pearson is a cheater. She flirted with him to see if he would bite.
I didn't move. I didn't budge. Look.
You're looking at her like,
I was being nice.
I know he likes big
That's all
booties.
she got is a butt.
Well, that's all you need.
Oh, boy. All right, what else happened?
At some point, my associate talked about being in Vegas for an event that he too is planning to attend. So my associate asked for his phone number, and I have that tape as well.
All right, let's see that.
Yeah, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Really?
So Sunday night, you said?
Huh?
Okay.
You can't tell I'm not even interested.
You just put your phone number in there. Like, I'm
That was
not
a fake
stupid.
number.
Okay. How do you prove it?
Put 115.
And you gave her your Instagram?
Wow. I was being social. That's
All
all it was. It wasn't.
So, Mr. Pearson, this lady talked to you about hooking up in Vegas, and you give her...
I gave her the cold shoulder at first, but she was so aggressive and kept coming, and I didn't want to be,
Remember when we started dating? You were really aggressive, and I was giving you the cold shoulder, and look how this turned out.
Okay, but I'm the hunter. I don't want to be hunted. What do you mean? I was chilling.
All right, but to further investigate this case, we ordered a polygraph test. And we have those results, right, Mr. Scholl?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Mr. Pearson was asked, in mid-April, did you have physical sexual contact with a woman the night you stood up Miss Turchi for your movie date? What was his response to that question?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
Mr. Pearson, you were being deceptive. What happened?
Really?
All right, let's go to the next question. Mr. Pearson was asked, did you have physical sexual contact with another woman the night you didn't go to the dinner party? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
On the night of my event, are you kidding me? You couldn't have chose any other night to go out with any other woman. You had to choose that night. You knew that was important to me. I can't believe you would do this to me for some basic.
Mr. Pearson, you're 0 for 3. Ron, would you please go get Miss Turchi?
Yes, Sean.
Ms. Turchi, you're obviously upset. Would you share with Mr. Pearson how you're feeling right now?
I mean, like, you always talk about trust and loyalty, and you just, like, lie about everything, so now it's just a confirmation. So why would you even pursue me for over a year just to cheat on me? For what reason? If you're gonna be a player, play the game properly. Like,
Just saying.
Sometimes I heck over other women.
All right. And so you've done that since you've been dating her?
Yes. They don't mean anything to me.
Obviously, they meant our relationship because I'm not dealing with this.
So you're saying you're done?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, we still need to rule on the lawsuit. And your claim for the lawsuit was that you spent $1,600, $600 on tickets, $300 for you, $300 for him, plus the cost for your Botox and your lips.
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish I could award you the full $1,600, but I can't. Because the Botox and the lips, that was for your benefit as well. The ticket that you bought for him, you are entitled to reimbursement for that. And the court is going to order you, Mr. Pearson, to reimburse Ms. TURCHI $300 for the ticket for the mansion party event. So ordered. This is the case of Stewart versus Smith. You all have been together for 2.5 years. You're engaged. You have one child together. And allegations of cheating are destroying this relationship. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Stewart, why did you bring your fiancé to court today?
Well, Your Honor, I believe he's cheating on me. I've had to, ruin all of my relationships with all of my family just to be with him, and we have a kid together. So I'm really seeing if he's worth it.
If you would find out that he is cheating, you're not only potentially going to lose this relationship, you will be alone.
Yeah.
You will not have your family to go back to.
No, I will not.
That's a tough choice to have to make between somebody you love and your family.
Right, and then you've chosen love.
Yeah, I did.
And the question is, has love chosen you? Mm-hmm. All right.
Mrs. Smith?
Mr. Smith?
Has love chosen her?
Oh, yes. I'm really in love with her, Your Honor. We've been through thick and thin, hard times, really hard times, and we've been at our high points together. You know, she's the love of my life. I want to marry her.
What do you hope to prove today?
That I'm not cheating, that I'm loyal to her, and I just want her to know that so we can move on.
So your wedding plans have been even put on halt because of these allegations of cheating. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Your Honor.
Are you starting to see the classic warning signs?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, tell me about that.
Well, like a lot of times when I'm like checking his phone, I'll see like text messages when he's like texting like a woman or something, and he'll call them babe or boo.
Like, I can't control what somebody says to me.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's
no.
Not that I can't control.
Yeah, I can't control it.
Look, if I had $1.
You can always
all right, let me just say
it.
this. You can't control, but let me tell you what you can. When somebody does that, you have to put them in their place. You have to say, hey, I belong to somebody else. Because when you don't check them, they presume, oh, okay, this is all right. So you have to be like, no.
When you say you can't control it, yeah, you can.
But what I mean by that is them texting me the first text. You know what I'm saying? I can't control that first text coming in. But I can say something like you just said.
But you never do.
Do you say
never
something,
do.
or do you reply back, say, hey, babe, hey, boo?
No, I just kind of ignore it. I don't say
You
nothing.
never respond back.
I respond back with, like, not bae.
But you don't
and boo,
respond to the
sometimes
bae part.
Yes, you have.
Okay, maybe sometimes.
Okay, so sometimes you have, okay?
Yeah.
That's what we need to get at. Okay. So you said you can't control it. Not only are you not controlling it, you're encouraging it by responding in like fashion.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And that's not good, is it?
No.
Because it's got you here talking to us. What else you got?
Well, I mean, when I check his phone, or sometimes when like I check his location, he'll say, oh, I'm going here to hang out with my friends or something, but he'll always stop here, stop there, or sometimes he'll just be somewhere else for, an hour or.
How do you check his location?
Well, on Snapchat, you can check it on there. Sometimes I use like Google, and I can check it through like my email, see where his phone's at.
Wow.
Why are you doing all this?
Yeah.
Just to make sure, because a lot of times, I'll check his phone and I'll see that, so now I want to make sure he's not cheating on me.
That's like
or
5
going
minutes
somewhere.
after I leave the house, though.
But you know, if you go looking, you go find, right? You understand that?
But see, here's the thing, though. If she's gone through his phone and has found text messages,
right?
Hey, boo, hey, babe, he's responding.
Yes.
Then she's probably thinking, okay, let me check up on this.
I understand.
So that might be what's fueling some of this.
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Okay, see, I get that.
But I think it's very difficult to hold a person. Well, you were at the donut shop instead of at the drugstore.
All right, well, let me approach it this way.
All right, let me see what you got.
Has he been unfaithful in the past?
Yes.
Ah.
Well, there you have it.
Okay, well.
What happened?
Well, I mean, he was with a family member of mine, and he cheated on her with me.
Oh!
So you know what you're looking for. You know what the signs are. You know. Oh.
So it's the classic, how you get them is how you lose them.
Oh.
Okay.
And that's why your family won't talk to you.
Yeah.
That's why you've had to make this choice between.
So it's not just disapproval of like, we don't like him. It is, they don't like this.
Yes.
And you stole him from another woman.
Yes.
A family member.
A
not
family
just
member.
another woman.
It was more like I just fell in love with her. I was down at the time.
Yeah.
You know, and the other family member wasn't there for me.
You cheated on her with other people too.
Yes. Yes, I did. But in my defense, we wasn't like, you know?
So you were with her family member, fell in love with her and said, this is the one I need to be with.
Yes, ma'am.
And now she thinks you're ready to move on to somebody else.
Yes,
Because
sir.
of the text messages.
Yes, sir.
Because of your location issues.
It's every day, all day.
What's it like in your relationship?
So I say I could drop her off at work
Uh-huh.
around 2 o'clock. Probably by 4 o'clock, she's pinging my phone. Or she wants to know where I'm at. Or she'll ping my phone and then call and ask me where I'm at. Which, that's weird to me, because you just ping my phone. It comes to my phone when she does it, so I know every time she does it.
Oh.
Or,
So you know you're being hunted.
yeah, so it gets kind of annoying. So like sometimes I'll just stop answering the phone if I already told her where I'm at, you know? Like you already know what I'm doing. I hang out with guys.
Most of the time you're not where you're at.
I'm where I'm at.
No, a lot of times you'll just say I'm here and there. That's why I question you before I say anything, because a lot of times you just lie.
Okay, so here's the question. Are you where you say you are, or do you disappear?
Sometimes.
But a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Most of the time he'll disappear because he'll just turn it off.
What periods of time does he disappear?
Sometimes when he goes out at night after the bar, he'll just disappear. He'll turn off his location. He'll say, oh, you know, I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna go to a party at 2 a.m. or whatever after I get out from the bar. He'll just turn off his location, not answer the phone, and then not come back until like 9 a.m.
Usually it's because I'm drunk. Sometimes I fall asleep in the car. Sometimes I fall asleep at a friend's house, you know?
All right.
What else do you have?
We share a phone together, and one day he was dropping me off at work, and I took the phone with me on accident.
Okay.
And somebody had texted literally as soon as I walked into the door, like he had told them, hey, she goes to work at 2, text me after.
Hit me up.
Yeah. So I got a text it was a woman, and they texted and said, oh, when are we gonna hang out? So I texted back, acting like I was him, and I said, oh yeah, we can hang out later. She said, great. And then I texted back and said, are we gonna hook up, you know? And she said, no, like, I'm on my period, like they had hooked up before in a past time.
All right,
Yeah.
so you submitted that information in your court papers.
Yeah, I have that.
And this is your recollection of the text.
Hey, when are you coming to see me?
When can we hook up?
Can't today because.
Come
yeah.
on, Mr. Cutler.
Your Honor,
You can't say that. We got
Your Honor,
kids, man. You can say that.
I have a
That's
lot
okay.
of female.
All right.
I have a lot of female friends.
Well, Mr. Smith, you say you have a lot of female friends.
Yes.
I'm curious as to what comes after that statement, because it could be, I have a lot of female friends. I don't know which one of these I was planning to hook up with.
If you give somebody a phone and that person interested in you, whether you've cheated with her or not, and you play like you're that somebody, when you talking to them and they're like interested in you and you say, oh, you want to hook up, and she's wanting to hook up, I feel like she's gonna reply just like she would if it was me, but she's playing like she's somebody else.
So you think that because she was catfishing for the most part, she caught some bait?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is, have you ever caught him or found anything physically that supports he's cheating?
During the summer, he would go to those pool a lot.
Okay.
And there was a lot of pretty ladies at the pool in swimming suits. Well, one day when I went to work and I came home, I found a bathing suit in the bathroom.
And I'm going to presume that was not your bathing suit because you were not swimming at the time. Is that correct?
I have evidence.
Rob, would you please get that folder, please?
Thank you, ma'am.
And so you came home, you found a bathing suit, a woman's bathing suit, I take it?
Yes.
Where did you find it?
It was hanging on like the knobs on the cabinet.
Where in your house was this?
In the bathroom.
So in the bathroom, you found a woman's bathing suit hanging on the knob. So when you found it, what did you do?
I got really mad. I asked him about it, and he said, oh, you know, she was changing in the room, and she just needed change out of her clothes.
Do you know who this woman's?
Yes, I've seen her wear it at the pool. I knew exactly who it was.
Had she ever been around Mr. Smith before?
Yes, yes.
Have you seen them flirting together?
Yes.
So you think this might be one of the women he's hooking up with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not flirting with him, yeah.
Okay, what's this woman's bathing suit doing in your bathroom?
It wasn't just me and her. It was another girl, too. That doesn't sound good. No.
Mr. Smith, okay, I'm concerned and intrigued. How many women were there?
There were just two.
Just two?
Yeah, just two.
Just two.
But at the time, we came from the pool, and we were all changing to go out to eat somewhere.
You and these two other women?
I wasn't changing with
Why would
them.
they be in the room?
They were in the room because our bathroom is in the room.
Why your place?
Our place? Because it was close.
Half the time, no, because that woman, the one that's bathing suit, she had plenty of friends. I mean, she was very popular. And so she had plenty of friends that was all women's, you know, apartments where she could have went and changed. Why our bathroom?
So in your complex at the pool, she could have gone to a number of women's apartments.
Yes.
And this would have been an issue. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you see why this doesn't sound?
I didn't think much of it because she's seen me hanging with him before. She's seen like us kick it. I've kicked it with him numerous times.
Okay, so what if I had a
But-
dude come in our bathroom and change?
And his trunk's on the hanging
As long
on
as she wasn't in the bathroom with him, like I'm fine with that. Like that's where the buttons pushed is she's in the bathroom with him. I wasn't in the bathroom with her.
Okay, Mr. Cutler, I think that we have enough evidence at this point. What we got is the phone. She goes on the phone and she finds text messages saying bae and boo.
Mm-hmm.
She comes home after a hard day's work, no less, and finds a woman's bikini hanging in her bathroom. And then the final thing was that he doesn't tell the truth about where he is. So based on all of these different factors, she believes he's cheating.
So, Ms. Stewart, if you find out he's cheating, your relationship is over.
Yeah.
You're done.
But it's more at risk here. She's already severed tie with her family.
So she's just out there.
She's by herself with a child.
This court has done a full and complete investigation to determine, is he cheating? At this time, the court would like to hear from licensed private investigator and certified polygraph examiner, Kendall Scholl. Ron, please escort Mr. Scholl into the courtroom.
Yes, Sean. Kendall Scholl. Step right over to the monitor. Thank you.
Good day. How are you, Mr. Scholl?
Good day. Fine, Your Honor. How are you?
We're good.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Mr. Scholl, what did you do to investigate in this case?
We put Mr. Smith in a room with a very sexy woman to find out one thing. Is he a cheater?
Tell us what you found.
Well, as you can see here in the footage, Mr. Smith engaged in small talk with this woman. She put the moves on him to see if he would bite. And I give him credit. He showed no signs of cheating.
Were you able to gather any information from this exchange?
We were unable to find any evidence during this entire exchange that shows signs of cheating.
All right. To further investigate this case, you also conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Smith. Is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Smith was asked, have you ever had sexual intercourse with a woman who left her bathing suit in your bathroom? Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And what was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
And we have one other question. Mr. Smith was asked, since your relationship began with Miss Stewart 2.5 years ago, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Miss Stewart? What was his response?
Well, to this particular question, Mr. Smith did make an admission. He said that when he is mad at Miss Stewart, he stays out all night, and sometimes he sleeps with another woman.
Mr. Smith, how many other women are we talking about?
It's just one.
But when you get mad, you run to this woman.
No, not repeatedly. It was just one-time thing.
This young lady has severed herself from her family for you. So, are you telling the truth?
Yes.
Are you lying now, or were you lying when you confessed to him that you were with other women, sometimes more than once?
When you get mad.
No.
And now your fiance has just stormed out.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
I figured she was gonna get emotional about it, but
Emotional?
Like I said, it's literally a one-time thing early in our relationship. One time.
Ron, could you go and see if she has pulled it together and come back?
Yes, Sean.
Okay, there she is. Miss Stewart, I know this is a lot, so much so you had to leave the room, but you did come here for answers.
I just want to know who it was with. Was it with the family member or somebody else?
The family member.
Wow.
Well, now that you know that, Ms. Stewart, what do you do with that information?
I want to move on, honestly.
Mrs. Smith, is there anything you want to say to Ms. Stewart right now?
I apologize. I'm sorry. I really love you, like truly. You mean everything to me, really.
If you really love me, you wouldn't have done that.
You have a child together, and the family unit is so important. And if you somehow in your heart can figure it out and bring him back into your home, God bless you. But if you choose not to, because my mama said you can do bad all by yourself, then you will need counseling on how to co-parent together.
As we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a good relationship. Court is adjourned.